Welcome back to the channel. This is a new era and I like wrestling. Today, I got a WrestleMania prediction video. You guys seen plenty of these videos. Maybe this is the first time you'll hear my prediction, how I'll articulate what it means if they're going to win and the storylines that can propel from it. I may offer an alternative, like, okay, if this person win, would it be a bad booking decision? We'll kind of go over all of that. I'm going to kind of cheat thinking that there might be more matches on this card because I looked at the card. There's some notable missing matches that we've got on Friday Night SmackDown. So WrestleMania week is coming up. I obviously will be watching it, and I got a special thing that I'm doing for WrestleMania week where I'll be posting a video every single day of this week. So this will be the first time I'm doing this. Obviously, I'm a pretty new wrestling channel. I very much enjoy it. I'm gonna get nice and fresh with all this good content, get a little, edge up because this hair looking kind of crazy. Got to trim up this, of course, and get ready for WrestleMania. This should be very good. I'm pretty much pumped, but this should be fun. Make sure you guys like and subscribe so you're not missing a video. I'll be dropping it every single day of the week at 6 p.m. EST, so you can get all my reactions and commentary. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive into this WrestleMania predictions, and let's dive into WrestleMania 41 full card. Let's start off big. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, the main event of WrestleMania 41. Now, I think the easy answer to have here is Cody Rhodes winning. That's who I have winning. I'm kidding. I have John Cena winning this match. Although I can't see an alternative, and I'm going to explain my reasoning, John Cena makes the most sense. He's going to get 17th, which will be a historical event. Not only that, the story of making him the big bad for his retirement tour will be amazing. And he had arguably the most historic heel turn in wrestling history. There's so many ways you can kind of think of the justification of John Cena winning here, but it definitely will probably be what's in the best interest of the company if John Cena wins. Because if Cody Rhodes wins, I like Cody, is my current favorite wrestler. There's just going to be a lot of IWC marks and nerds out there that's going to complain and whine, oh, this is the wrong decision. How could John Cena not win? Oh, that heel turn is wasted. It just will be better for everybody if you just give it to John Cena here. There'll be less complaining. Everybody can just enjoy it. Now, if Cody Rhodes does win, I can't see a storyline where it makes sense. One thing you have to recognize, that if we want John Cena to turn babyface again, that would mean that John Cena loses the title as a babyface. Because, really think about it. How would you make it make sense for John Cena to turn babyface again while he holds the title? You would really have to play a really good storyline. Whereas it would be much more joyous if he hits the historical 17 mark as a babyface where everybody will cheer. Now, if John Cena wins, even though people are Team Cody, I do think everybody will cheer. But imagine if John Cena was a babyface again. He goes through his entire villain arc. Then finally he sees the light, becomes a babyface, and right at the end, he wins 17. That'll be a bigger, more joyous event at that point. Kind of like when Cody won and Daniel Bryan won and Kofi Kingston won. Everybody can be on the same page and enjoy it if John Cena is a babyface versus if he's a heel. Also, the redemption story of John Cena will be very interesting to tell up until he wins the title. So I do see a justification for Cody winning. Also, another part on why it makes sense if Cody wins is that the whole story is that John Cena will take the title. So you will have the WWE champion less on TV if John Cena wins. But also, he keeps on downplaying Cody, saying Cody's not the guy. If Cody loses here, you're going to have to build him back up to make him the guy again, which you can do. That's why I'm saying it's not the bad case if John Cena wins. I think it's the best case scenario if John Cena wins. But there is a route where Cody winning wins makes sense, and you could still tell an amazing story. So, prediction, John Cena. This is the one I wanted to focus on the most to give you the alternative plot line of a Cody Rhodes winning for sure. Next, let's go into the triple threat between Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and CM Punk. I'm not going to give an alternative route for this one, but my pick to win this is probably going to be a hot take, but it is Seth Rollins. Now, full bias aside, no, actually full bias included, I am a team Seth Rollins guy. I want Seth Rollins to win. I am rooting for Seth Rollins to win. Does it make sense for CM Punk to win? Yes. Does it make sense for Roman Reigns to win? Yes. But I do think think it would be in the best case scenario if Seth Rollins wins. One, Seth Rollins has been losing a lot to CM Punk, and that hasn't been great. And Seth Rollins is kind of getting overshadowed a little bit from like Cody, Cena, Punk, and Roman, and he should be treated just as big as all of them, to be honest. So this will be monumental because Seth has just been taking L's, and he deserves a win like this, especially since he was the MVP of WrestleMania 40. And now that he's in Paul Heyman's ear, this could make a lot of sense to make Paul Heyman doubt what's going on. And then after Seth Rollins win, you really make it a battle between Roman and CM Punk on who will Paul Heyman choose. So I think Seth Rollins wins. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think he could take advantage of the chaos with Paul Heyman, and he's my winner for the main event of night one. Next, we got the triple threat, which probably will open night two between Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Bianca Belair. For me, I have Io Sky winning this match. Io Sky, I think, will benefit the most. Now, will it suck that Bianca Belair will lose her losing streak? For sure. It won't be great that Bianca Belair won't be having an Undertaker-like win streak, but I think Io Sky winning this just makes the most sense to me. But all three of them winning also makes sense. Rhea Ripley, the biggest woman star in wrestling right now, other than maybe Toni Storm in AEW. Bianca Belair has the streak as well. But Bianca doesn't make sense to me because, one, she's married to Montez Ford and he's on SmackDown. So she would have to become a Raw superstar if she wins this title. And two, her biggest feud is with Naomi and Jade Cargill potentially, which are both on SmackDown. So everything that is important to Bianca and her future story is on SmackDown. Of course, there could be a feud between Rhea Ripley in the future, maybe with King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring. You can reignite the feud between Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair, and that'll be pretty damn interesting. Also, Rhea Ripley's been winning everything. Time to build back Rhea Ripley. Yes, she's the most dominant champion, but now we got to make her desperate. If you're going to turn her heel, making her lose in this setting will perfectly encapsulate that, and then you could have a feud between Rhea Ripley and Io Sky because Rhea can't beat Io. Io needs to be solidified as a main eventer on the status of Bianca and Rhea, and I think a win at WrestleMania against the two biggest women stars in wrestling for WWE right now will do that. I could see Bianca and Rhea crashing out and Io taking advantage, so give me Io Sky. Next, we got Jey Uso versus Gunther, probably the opener for night one. Jey Uso's winning. I don't really need to make any other argument. Jey Uso has been losing to Gunther too much. Jey Uso has been built as the super underdog. He's winning. He just is. I don't really need to explain this. Jey Uso's winning. Next, let's go Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. This is interesting. I think there's is kind of 50-50. I wouldn't be surprised if the over-under is like minus 100, right? Because Tiffany Stratton winning cements herself as a main eventer for the future. However, is she ready to be a true main eventer is a question. Charlotte Flair makes sense because it's goddamn Charlotte Flair, and I know a lot of you guys hate her, whatever, I don't really care, because Charlotte Flair is still a top tier premier superstar, right? So it's either, do you want to cement Tiffany Stratton's status, or do you want to give the title back to Charlotte Flair to reestablish a strong main event division? Because Tiffany Stratton, her promo and character work, the only thing that really puts her in main event status is really because she's super over, because most of the IWC is horny. So when I'm looking at Tiffany Stratton, she hasn't screamed main event yet. She's not Bianca level. She's not Rhea level. Her in-ring is not good enough like Io Sky's. And so it's like, she's just super over, kind of like an LA Knight, but LA Knight has elite promo skills and character work at the very least. And Tiffany Stratton is good in ring, but she's not Lyra level or Io level. So I don't think Tiffany is ready to be a true main eventer to establish a strong main event scene. I think Charlotte is. So I'm going to go Charlotte, and I do think there's some main event feuds you could do afterwards, whether that's a Bianca, whether that's a Jade Cargill. Hell, you may even have Tiffany Stratton try to run it back and reestablish herself and build herself up to defeat the Queen. I'm going to have Charlotte winning this one. Next, we got AJ Styles and Logan Paul. AJ Styles, I think, is winning this match. I don't see why you would give Logan Paul this win, I'll be honest. Yes, Logan brings in views and whatever. Logan Paul is a spot machine. He's not there consistent enough. There's no way you have AJ Styles return from an injury. Arguably, his time is coming up and you have him lose to Logan Paul for what? It doesn't make sense to me. me. AJ Styles, Logan Paul will have a great match. We might even have a cameo from a very famous YouTuber. Give me AJ Styles. Next, we got the Fatal 4-Way for the Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor versus Braun Breaker versus Penta. This could go one of 4 ways. It really is a toss-up who you want to pick. I think the popular choice is Dominic Mysterio. Dominic is slowly becoming very over. I don't know if they'll turn him babyface or anything. And then Braun Breaker is obviously elite, and then Penta's the new shiny toy. I do think there's a way Finn Balor can win this. Like, really, there is a way. Maybe you have him pin Dominic Mysterio and then fully officially break up the Judgment Day. But I'm gonna stick with my guns. Unless you're ready to bring Braun Breaker up to the main event scene, which I think he's pretty darn close to being ready at this point. Compared to Tiffany Stratton, I do think Braun Breaker is ready to be a main eventer. I'm going to say Braun Breaker retains. At WrestleMania to solidify his run. We still need that really meaty Braun Breaker feud. And I do think him beating these three at WrestleMania will cement people, will put people's attention to Braun Breaker to not only does he have a great spear, not only does he have entertaining promos, not only is he an athletic machine, but he is a dominant champion. So give me Braun Breaker for this one. I think he retains. Next, we got the United States Championship between LA Knight, and Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu is amazing. Amazing. He has aura. That's the best way to explain it. My inner Samoan wants to pick Jacob Fatu, and my inner Samoan will pick Jacob Fatu. I think he's winning. I think the WWE is ready to put a title on Jacob Fatu for sure. I do think LA Knight at this point is pretty much ready to be a main eventer. I don't think he needs to prove anything else. Honestly, I would send him to Raw personally because the SmackDown main event scene is so goddamn stacked. So this is what I would do, right? I would trade CM Punk for LA Knight, put LA Knight on Raw, and consider making him a heel. He's kind of a tweener, but consider making him a heel. I think LA Knight is main event ready. He's not going to be top echelon like the Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Seth Rollins level, but he could be if he becomes a world champion at some point. So I'll put him on Raw, bring CM Punk on SmackDown because CM Punk needs to feud with Cena and CM Punk needs to feud with Roman. That's what I would do. Jacob Fatu wins the title, really cements himself as a champion. Give me Fatu. Now, I can see a route that LA Knight wins because of Solo Sikoa interference, by the way. Next, we got El Grande Americano, the greatest luchador of all time, and Rey Mysterio. El Grande Americano is winning this match. I don't think they're going to be making a mass for mass match. If they do make it a mass for mass match, then I'm sorry. I can't believe we're going to have to unmask Rey Mysterio again because there's no way El Grande Americano is going to lose. Shout out Santi Sap. I stole that gimmick from him. So with that said, El Grande, Rey Mysterio might be match of the night. This is going to be an amazing match. Give me El Grande. It's time to push him. And I think Chad Gable's probably going to be his manager. So if he joins American Made, then that's a good push for Chad Gable. He can win this match and then as the manager, help El Grande Americano go to the main event scene. We're here for it. Next, we got one of the best stories built right now, Naomi versus Jade Cargill. My heart wants to say Naomi. I'm team Naomi. I'm sorry. She's cooking. I'm here, all right? I do think Jade Cargill's gonna win though. They want to turn Jade Cargill into a true main event superstar. The only reason why she's not a true main event superstar right now is because their in-ring work is not that great. So you're in a weird situation, right? I personally would pull the trigger on Naomi over Jade, but they want to cement Jade. Jade's gonna win. Next, we got Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. There's no way Drew loses, right? There's no way Drew loses, right? Come on, talk to me. There's no way Drew loses, right? I'm going to believe Drew doesn't lose this match. And I'm going to say Drew McIntyre wins this match. But secret enough, this feud is amazing. This storyline, really good. I do think it's a little bit underappreciated, matter of fact. This feud has been surprisingly better than I expected. So those are my WrestleMania 41 predictions. Now, I'm going to throw in 3 matches. There's only a 13-match card. I'm going to say it's going to be a 16-match card. I'm going to throw in 3 matches. Here, you ready? The SmackDown. Oh, freak. I forgot the War Raiders. Oh, I forgot a couple matches. I'm sorry. War Raiders versus New Day. New Day's winning. The only reason why they're on the WrestleMania card is because the goddamn New Day, they're going to win the Raw Tag Team titles. There's not a big story. Does this deserve to be on WrestleMania? Arguably not. And then Lyra and Bailey versus Liv and Raquel. Liv Raquel's winning. This is another one they just threw on the WrestleMania card. Now that is all we got for WrestleMania 41. Okay, so these are the 3 extra matches that I do think is going to make the card. I think the SmackDown Tag Team titles will make the card. I do think it'll be a huge SmackDown Tag Team match. I think some shenanigans is going to happen on Friday Night SmackDown before WrestleMania to put that match on the card. That is my bet. And who's going to win the titles? I don't freaking know. But I'm going to say Street Profits. Honestly, anyone. I'm gonna say Street Profits retain. And that SmackDown Tag Team huge match will happen on WrestleMania. I'm gonna say Chelsea Green and Zelina Vega also make it on WrestleMania. There's a reason why they did a 6-man tag match on SmackDown. Something's gonna happen. Zelina's gonna pin Chelsea. She's gonna deserve a WrestleMania match. This makes WrestleMania match. So that's 15 matches that make WrestleMania. There's gonna be one more. You ready? One more match. Unfortunately, freaking Lyra's not getting a title match. I don't know why. That's terrible for me. That's terrible by Triple H that Lyra's not getting a championship match. But Randy Orton's getting a match at WrestleMania. So that's 16. I'm telling you guys, believe me, there will be 16 matches on the WrestleMania card. Randy Orton's making it. SmackDown Tag Team titles is making it. And Chelsea Green's making it. Let's all pray to the WrestleMania gods that 3 more matches make the card. That's what I'm going to bank on. Randy Orton versus Nick Aldis. I think that is, I don't think it's going to be Randy Orton versus Solo, which is, it could be. But if it is Randy Orton versus Solo, actually Ludwig Kaiser might make the WrestleMania card too. It could be 17. I'm going to say Ludwig makes it pre-show, mystery opponent, and then I think Miro is going to show up versus Ludwig. So pre-show match with Ludwig and Miro. Randy's going to make it, and Randy's going to win. Whether it's Aldis or Solo, Randy's going to win, and he's going to punt someone. So those are all my WrestleMania predictions. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, I'm going to drop a video every day of the week until WrestleMania. Hope you guys enjoy it. You have a good one. Subscribe. Let's do something crazy and try to really bring up the numbers for WrestleMania weekend. I also give my full thoughts on WrestleMania. Maybe I'll drop a video on WrestleMania on Saturday and Sunday as well. So have it a full 7-day week. So after WrestleMania night 1, probably gonna give my full thoughts there. And then WrestleMania night 2, give my full thoughts there. And probably gonna drop it the moment the moment it's done. So it'll probably be a late night video for both. So with that said, hope you guys enjoyed. You have a good one. Take care. Peace.